Chapter 1, Launching a New Venture. What makes a great entrepreneur or a great leader? What are some of the qualities that make these people amazing? Well, what makes Sheryl Sandberg successful? What makes Richard Branson successful? What made Steve Jobs very successful? Well, there's many qualities that these people share, and the most important quality is passion. These people love what they're doing. It never appears like they have a job when they're being interviewed on TV. They're just so happy. They love what they're doing. They're passionate about their daily job. In fact, if you wake up in the morning and tell yourself you're going to work, you're doing it wrong, you need to change careers. And I'll be expressing that phrase many times with that logic throughout this course. You got to be passionate about what you're doing. If you get a chance, watch a video on YouTube of Richard Branson presenting. He's very passionate. He's very happy all the time. He's got an amazing attitude. In fact, the corporate culture of any company, whether it's a small firm or a large firm like Virgin, is always set by the person at the top. And so Richard Branson has created so many amazing Virgin companies. And so if you ever fly in Virgin America or Virgin Atlantic, just watch how happy the employees are. It doesn't appear like they have a job. And so very successful entrepreneurs are very passionate people. They love what they're doing. I tell my students in the business schools I teach at, many of them want to go into investment banking, and I tell them, don't do it unless you're passionate about that, because you'll be miserable otherwise. And don't worry about money. Money will always come, I promise you, if you're passionate about what you're doing. It's amazing how the most successful people don't have jobs. They have passions. And the most successful people always believe that they can accomplish anything, or small groups of people can actually change the world. They're also very forward thinking. And so right in the middle of the slide, you'll see the great one who's Wayne Gretzky. Again, I'm Canadian, so I have to mention Gretzky somewhere in my presentation. Wayne Gretzky was very successful, not because he skated to where the puck is. Rather, he skated to where the puck is going to be. And so, in effect, he was very long-term greedy or long-term focused. And that's a quality a lot of the best entrepreneurs in the world have. Now, I included a couple of politicians on the slide, including Ronald Reagan and Barack Obama. And both of them were very passionate about speaking. They could speak in front of large groups and speak off script. And really connect with people. And this is not a political class at all, but needless to say, the most successful politicians or business people in the world are the ones that can speak effectively in front of groups of people and sell an idea, sell a concept, change the world, put a dent in the universe. And next class, we're going to talk about exactly how you can do this as well. Okay, so networking is key. Relationships are more important than product knowledge. What you learn in this course outside of networking is less important than networking. The grades that you got in school are much less important compared to your ability to network. Quite often, the best CEOs or entrepreneurs in the world didn't have the top grades. They learned how to network at an early age or a later age, and it's not hard to do, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And so networking is important. Relationships are more important than product knowledge. Okay, next up, we have sources of entrepreneurial ideas. You want to start a company, but I don't want you to until you make sure that you have analyzed the next couple of slides. So I'm going to kick it off with the most important one, which is TAM, T-A-M, total addressable market, TAM. Before starting a company, you got to make sure that the TAM, or total addressable market, is massive. In venture capital, quite often, venture capitalists don't invest in companies unless the TAM, or the market size, is at least $20 billion. And the reason we say $20 billion is because we want our underlying companies we invest in to get at least 5% market share longer term. 5% of 20 billion is $1 billion in revenue annually. Most startups go belly up. And so you want to invest in companies or start companies that have a massive total addressable market opportunity. What's the point in starting a company if the TAM is very small? And so you might ask yourself, well, Chris, how do I calculate the TAM? How do I calculate the total addressable market? Well, You could search Google for it, Google your industry plus total addressable market. If that doesn't work, then just take the top 30 companies in the world in the market you're looking to start a company in or invest in. Take those top 30 companies and add up the revenue from each of those 30 companies. And that is close enough to the size of the total addressable market so that you make sure that if you're going to hit it big, you hit it big in a big market. Make sure you always see the forest from the trees. Okay, so now we're going to talk about trends, investment trends, or sources of ideas. How do you come up with an idea? We're going to talk about a couple of cool ways to do that.